Just lots of self-doubt going on this morning, man. I'm feeling like I can't really do shit, Almost at that point where I think my ideas are ass and I don't have a plan. It's not going to work. That's where I'm at this morning. And kind of feeling shitty about it, going down the rabbit hole of when I was alone out there in Arizona and Colorado, and I guess the lonely shit, dude. And I don't know why, but just wanted to get this recorded so you guys can see that I'm a fucking human being, and I got the self-doubts and bullshit too. So
what's going on, guys? It's episode 51. As you just heard there, that was me this morning. I don't know, man, just woke up and was just a little bit discouraged. This is 5 a.m., but I'm thinking about all the things that I'm not doing right or not doing enough of, or not, but I haven't even started shit. So, I think everybody goes through that shit. They all go through that super low phase, or those little points, I guess you'd call them, I don't know, where you feel really down in the mud. But I don't know, man. Just what actually? So here, I don't know. So I was feeling low and I don't know what you want to call it. Discouraged, maybe. Dude, that's so funny that I'm talking about this right now, because I just got an email from Andy. It says, it's Andy Graham. It's December 9th, 2023. He says, a work-life balance in your 20s leads to a broke-life balance for the rest of your life. Be careful with idea. I can't see the rest, but it's funny. Andy coming in clutch when I'm feeling low. No, so I felt just discouraged this morning for no reason. I just woke up. I just finished reading a little bit, and so I have no idea why I didn't even feel discouraged. I just woke up. And, just thinking that I don't have an idea, I don't have a solid business plan, I don't have any kind of marketing strategy. Nobody's going to want to buy the product. Nobody's going to identify with what I'm trying to go for, because not a lot of people are like that to begin with. I'm just doing, all this shit. So, but what helped me, I guess, lean out of that was reminding myself that I'm not in a rush. I don't have to make this happen. I don't have to succeed in the first 5 months. I don't have to make a certain amount of money in 6 months. I don't have to make a certain amount of money at all. I don't have to do anything, This is my first ever run at any of this with an actual product and all that stuff. There's a lot to learn. There's a lot that I probably won't have completed or to the highest level, I guess, required. Or not required. There's a lot of shit that I won't have done. A lot of shit that I won't be a part of, for lack of a better term here. And there's going to be a lot of room for improvement. But the only way to even get to those levels where I can improve, I got to start, I can't, I guess I can't worry about changing my tire on my car if, I'm not even driving the car. So, just meaning that I can't worry about what's going to come later in the game if I don't even play the game. If I'm sitting on the bench the whole game, worrying about anything is a waste of time. It's not doing anybody any good, especially myself. So once I get in the game here, then I can start learning. And there's going to be a lot of learning curves, dude. There's going to be a lot of growth that's going to happen. And this is all reference to the supplement pre-workout that is in the works right now. So I'm pretty close to ordering samples, which is pretty exciting. The more and more I look at different ingredients and the research from them and how the research was performed and all that shit, there's so far I haven't found any other ingredient that's such an eye-opener. Whoa, that's crazy. It's got to be in there, because I feel like I've got the main ones that I want in there. It's just about now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back with each ingredient and then just kind of double check everything, make sure that what I noted, what I wrote for dosages and timing and all that shit is what I wrote down, rather than me writing a typo, or maybe I looked at something that was wrong. I was actually reading a study the other day, not a study, more like an article, but it had a lot of studies linked to it. You can click, the footnotes and shit. And I noticed at the very bottom of the article, it was sponsored by that patented ingredient. So I was looking up, what was I looking up? I can't even remember what the fuck it was called. We'll just call it product day. Okay, so I was looking at product day. Product day had all these benefits, looked good, you know. So I clicked on the footnotes, look at the studies. I was like, oh, this is great. Scroll all the way to the bottom of the page to get a glance at all the footnotes and all the links to the studies where they're done, you know, all that shit. And I see at the very bottom, this article is sponsored by Product A. You know, shit happens and like that. And I'm glad I caught that, because there's a lot of bias there. It's a company that sells this patented ingredient, and this article that says how great it is with all the research, sponsored by them. So not saying that it's false, not saying that it's not true or valuable, but it, you know, they got to sell something. They're pushing the good studies. So that makes me want to dig into that one deeper, try to find the negative ones. And yeah, so it's kind of an insight or a look into how I'm trying to find good shit to put in there. But yeah, man, I haven't done shit yet. Haven't even started. And I'm just trying to remind myself why I'm doing this. It's because I want to get into the game. I want to learn how to play the game. I want to have this going on for myself, because I'm in the perfect situation in life. I have perfect circumstances to do something like this for myself. And I guess you know what, I actually wish I didn't say that, because a lot of people are going to take that and say the only reason why I'm working at this or doing well is because I have this perfect set of circumstances. I got the perfect setup, you know. And I guess maybe that's true, but if this sounds perfect to you, then yeah, I guess I'm lucky. But having no friends, having no social life, having no balance of anything other than working FedEx or working 2 jobs, working on F-35 canopies, you know, for the warfighter, delivering boxes every weekend, and then having 5 hours per day left to do whatever I got to do, which is always not enough time, it seems like. So birthday parties, family events, holidays, that shit is non-existent at the moment. Of course, I go and see people like my family for Thanksgiving and Christmas and stuff. But that's it. And while I'm there, I don't even want to be there. I would rather be doing something to do with progressing myself and growing. And so I have no friends. Nobody texts me. Nobody emails me. I essentially turned off virtually all notifications on my phone except for email, 75 Hard, my habit tracking app. No, actually I turned that one off too. It's fucking annoying, bro. And there's a few others, I think. But yeah, my phone never goes off. Sorry, my fucking phone connected to Bluetooth in my car, so it stopped recording. I was actually talking for another 2 minutes before I realized that there was no audio recording, because the bar here is just a flat line, you know. But I can't remember what I was talking about, but other than the fact that I guess I'm in that perfect situation to make this happen. But I just pulled up into the gym here, so I'm going to hit the weights. I'll come back and I'll finish telling you about that. I actually don't even need to say any of this, because you're not going to know anyway. I could just go boop and come back and, you know, whatever. Who gives a fuck? So I'll be right back. All right, done at the gym, headed to work now. So I think what I was talking about before was, I shouldn't even say that, bro. I should just segue into what the fuck I'm talking about. Lesson learned right there. I was talking about how I'm in a perfect situation to make this shit happen, you know. But if it sounds perfect to you, then, if this sounds perfect to you, then, you know, being lonely, not having friends. And I'm not saying this because I feel, to make you feel bad for me. I don't give a fuck. I'm happy as shit. I'm fulfilled every night when I go to bed. But it's just the reality of what I got going on. You know, my phone never goes off, no notifications. All the emails I get are either from fucking billing companies or you know, bills like, hey, your statement's ready. You want to look? You know, who gives a fuck? And then just some spam email shits that somehow I continue to get signed up for. And I mean, my phone never goes off. If I were living alone, I probably wouldn't talk to anybody. I'm sure there would be weeks straight where I wouldn't text anybody. Not because I just don't have that desire, right? And so because I've already said this, but because I've virtually cut out all distractions in my life, or anything that would be a hindrance toward my success, you know, or the road to the success that I'm trying to achieve. It's I've cut it all out unintentionally. It's just kind of the life that I've lived the last 2 years, being in St. George and Arizona and Colorado. And I always make it out to be this super sad, horrible thing that I went through. And it was hard for me. It was hard for me personally to deal with all that. And I mean, that's all I'm really going to say about that. It was hard for me. It's hard as fuck for me. And so learned a lot about it. In hindsight's perfect vision, you know, hindsight's 2020. And I learned a lot, and I'm progressing and growing and shit, but it is what it is, dude. So I guess I'm just in a great spot to make this happen. And if not now, then when, you know? Like that saying goes, one day or day one, you know, you decide. So, yeah, I don't know if I have much else to say. I just wanted to finish that thought. So I guess I do have it easy, right? I have cut all the distractions. I don't have a social life. I don't have that desire to go out and party and drink. I don't have that desire to game and spend hours doing shit like that. I guess, yeah, it's pretty easy for me because I don't desire that shit anymore. So yeah, I guess I have it easy. I don't know, that's that thought. So I wanted to share. But anyway, headed to work now, so if I have any other things I want to share, then you'll hear about them.
All right, outdoor workout time. Here we are. We're outside. Just had something I wanted to share, so here we go. So with FedEx, I do not walk at all while I'm on the job. I mean, I say that, but of course I walk, right? I deliver a heavy-ass package, I'm gassed, I walk back to the truck. Maybe I got a big old bar. Maybe I just want to walk, dude. But I'm gonna say if I have 200 stops in the day, I'm running 195 of them for sure. I'm not trying to brag that shit. That, you know, it's just how I do it, and I prefer to do it that way. And I take pride in doing that because I know this goes back to the whole mental edge thing. But I know nobody else is doing that. I mean, hold on. There's a lot of people doing that. I know I've seen it. I've witnessed it. I know people are doing that. But as far as my team goes, and the people that I'm surrounded with currently, nobody else is. I've been driving home from work on base. I pull into my neighborhood, and there's a FedEx guy, and I'll actually, in my neighborhood, right? So I'm on my way home. I'm not trying to follow him, but he comes in my neighborhood. I see him down the road, so I just pull up to see who it is. First of all, I don't know more than half my team. I'm a weekend warrior with FedEx at the moment, so I don't know anybody on the team except a few people. Call me a piece of shit, but I don't really care to get to know anybody. But so I'll follow the truck. I'll see who it is, see if I know them, and then see if they run, see if they're under the door, see pretty much what their whole body language looks like when they're delivering that package. I've never seen anybody else full on run. Hold on. Not full on run, but so I don't sprint to the door by any means, but I give a good run. You know, I wouldn't call it a light jog. Wouldn't call it a full on sprint either. It's in that middle ground, you know. And I don't stop, like I talked about in the previous episodes. You got to declare when you're going to stop, when you're going to declare when you're going to go, and I try my best to keep that going every single time that I have a stop. So, and I've caught myself a few times being a little bitch. I'll get 3 steps within the truck and I'll stop running. And that kind of bugs me, you know, because, hey, I could have ran one more big step and would have been done. But I chose to stop 3 small steps early, and I just don't like that. So anyway, I see that nobody else is doing that shit, running like me, working as hard as me, going as fast as me. And you don't have to. It doesn't fucking matter. As long as you get your stops delivered for the day, that's all that matters. Period. So, you know, this is pretty much just me competing against people who aren't competing against me, you know. But fucking trying to be the best, dude. And so here's the steak and potatoes of what I wanted to talk about, which was when I was in Arizona. That was my awakening to what it takes to be a fast motherfucker at the job, because I was surrounded by people who worked hard as shit, who jogged door to door, who ran, who wanted to go fast, who had that desire to be number one, to be the first one back to the terminal, to be the first one back, to not be second, third, fourth, especially not last, back to the terminal for the day. And everybody knew who drove what truck. Everybody knew who was, you know, everybody knew who was who. And so when you got back to the terminal, you could see the spots where people parked. And if nobody else was there, you knew that you were the first one back. I later found out you can check on the scanners and see who's still out, but that doesn't matter. So you get back to the terminal, you could see who was there. If you were the first one back, then you fucking did it, dude. You had you were the fastest. However many you had, you were the fastest one. And I didn't know that people ran. I didn't know that people sprinted to the door. I didn't know people did anything but walk, like a bullshit ass walk to the door. I didn't know people took that serious. And I was trying to figure out why I was the last one back every day. Because I really was. I mean, I had probably the least amount. My first day in Arizona at FedEx, I had 123 stops. And that was the most I'd ever had in my life, period, up to that point. Because previously I was in St. George. I was working out of a hybrid truck where it's half a Chevy front end, and then half a box truck in the back. But there's a doorway. So I don't know what you call it, a hybrid. I don't know. Don't give a fuck either. And the most I ever had by myself there was maybe 60. So the fact that I went from 60 on a big day to 123, I had a 12-hour day that day because I wasn't organized. I wasn't pushing myself. I wasn't running. I wasn't doing anything like that. And a couple months go by. I'm definitely the slowest on the team by far. Found out later on that my manager at the time wanted to fire me because he said I wasn't cutting it. And I was really frustrated because I thought, damn, dude, I'm really doing my best here. This is crazy. I think I'm doing well. I'm not missing it, So it was frustrating. And then one day, I was talking with my coworker. His name's Mazen. Mazen, if you're listening, love you, bro. But hope you're doing well. But we were talking, and he said something. We were talking about how he got done at 1 o'clock one day, and I got done at 5. He had like 30 more stops than I did, or something like that. I said, dude, how the fuck is everybody so fast? And he gave me the rundown, just some bullshit answer that every driver will give you. Oh, you got to know your route. Oh, you got to know your address. You got to know where. Yeah, that shit helps, bro. But, and, foreshadowing, but I came across some Reddit post down the road that said how you can be the fastest is to minimize the time spent not driving. It's so simple to think about, but it is absolutely true. You want to be the fastest? Then do the thing that makes you the fastest, which is driving. Because you can drive a lot faster than you can run. You can drive a lot faster than you can walk to the door. You can drive a lot faster. So minimize the time spent not driving. Meaning, always be driving. So that means run to the door as fast as you can, drop the box off, take a photo, run back to the truck, haul ass, right? Go as fast as you fucking possibly can. And that was what I learned later on. But going back to the first interaction, we learned that people run. I didn't know that people did that. I didn't know that people did anything but walk. I didn't know that. And, sorry, I just got done running. But so we were talking, and I said, dude, you run? He said, yeah. I said, does everybody here run? He said, yeah, I think so. And I thought, okay, I guess I got to run. Then that next week, I ran every single day. I was the first one back twice, and I don't care if I had a little bit lighter of a load than everybody else. I was the first one back. And the manager at the time who wanted to fire me, I remember he was sitting outside our gate. I think it's 157 or something, 57. That's our gate number, our door number. He was sitting out there just on his phone or whatever. I pull in, I'm the first one back. He puts his arms out. He goes, what the fuck? And I said, dude, fuck it. I figured it out. And I figured it out, dude. You just got to jog to the door. Later on, I'm talking to the main boss. His name's John. And he says, yeah, man, you're doing great. I think you figured out. You got the secret. I thought, dude, I better fucking have the secret here because I'm going fast. I'm loving it. I'm getting done at 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. I'm not out super late anymore. 4, 5, 6, 7 anymore. Those days are gone, And of course, those days were not gone. That's just the nature of the job. But fucking awesome, dude. And I'm actually going to pause real quick. I'm going to run. Hold on. All right. So, yeah. So, found out that everybody runs. Next week, I go on. I figure it out. I go a lot quicker. I'm fast. And so I gain all this confidence. I'm like, fuck yeah, dude. This is how you do it. And then I found out that other guys on the team are even faster than Mazen was. And one guy's name's Nori. Nori, if you're listening, love you, brother. Miss you. Hope you're doing well. And he, the joke that went on for a year or two afterward was he was the fastest guy on the team. If Nori can't do it, no one can.
Nori can do 100 stops an hour, you know, all that shit. So Nori was fast as fuck. And if you're a FedEx driver, yeah, you'll understand. But he would have 180 stops, 200 stops, 220 stops, and he would get done at 1, 2, 3 o'clock. You know, 3 o'clock with, let's see, I think there's one day he had 210 stops and he was done at 1. So let's say you dispatch at 8 o'clock, he'll say. 8 o'clock, just got really quiet. That's weird. 8 o'clock, you dispatch, we'll say. First stop, 8:15. So 8:15 to 12:45. That's 210 stops. That's insane. That's absolutely insane. It's 3.5 hours. And that's what he would do. And so I thought, damn, dude, this motherfucker is fast as shit. And then I always tried to beat him. I didn't give a fuck about anybody else at that point. I said, okay, I gotta beat Nori. I gotta beat Nori. And I would check the scanner because I figured out you could do that. And so, you know, he always got done super early. So around noon, I would start checking the list. I would see that everybody's still clocked in and Nori's still clocked in. So I'm like, okay, I only got 30 left. So if I finish this shit in an hour, I'm gonna beat him back. Hell yeah. And then I'll check a half hour later. Everybody's still clocked in. Nori's still clocked in. And when you clock out is when you are back at the terminal. So that's you don't clock out while you're driving. You clock out when you're back at the terminal. And so 30 minutes go by again. It's 1 o'clock. I check the scan or I check the thing. Nori's not clocked in anymore. I just finished my route at 1 o'clock. We'll say, I don't know the time. 1 o'clock, just finished my route. He is no longer on the list, meaning he was done about 20 minutes ago. And because you have to, it's about a 20-minute drive, we'll say, I don't know, to get back to the terminal. So he was done 20 minutes before me. And I was still doing my stop. I probably had 5:10 left or something like that. And so, yeah, I checked the list. He wasn't on there. So that means me having 5 more to go. He was done about 20 minutes before that. And so, lost my train of thought there. He was done about 20 minutes before me. And he was, hold on. So not only was he done, but he made it back to the terminal. He clocked out. He was done. And I still had 5 to go. So, nice. All that to say is I would check every day. I would try to see if I was the first one back. I would try to beat Nori. And I think I beat him 4 times back in a whole year. 4 times in the whole year that I got him. And I think a couple of them were just because I had less than him. But there was a few, the other 2 maybe, 2 or 3, I don't know, where I did have more than him. And I beat him back. And so that was the steak and potatoes. But here's the main point I want to, I guess, leave you with here. I wouldn't have been able to get to that mark of we'll just say 30, 40 stops an hour. I wouldn't have been able to do that if I wasn't surrounded by people also doing that. It wouldn't even cross my mind. I wouldn't have even considered running. I wouldn't have even considered trying to go fast so I could get home. It wouldn't have even been a thought. Wouldn't have tried to better myself in that regard. I wouldn't have tried to go faster. I wouldn't have been open-minded to figure out new ways to run the route, faster ways to operate, delivering, running, all the above. I wouldn't have thought about any of that if I wasn't surrounded by people like those guys. And so that's the lesson right there. Surround yourself with motherfuckers who are after it, who get it, who want more, who have urgency, who work their ass off, all that shit. Surround yourself with people like that. And I learned that. It's real life shit. You know, you hear a lot of people say, if you surround yourself with 5 millionaires, you'll be the 6th. If you surround yourself with 5 bums, you'll be the 6th bum. Any example you want. So surround yourself with people who are going places. You know, that you are the sum of your 5 closest friends. Show me your 5 friends or whatever, your friend group, and I'll show you your future. And that has led me to where I am now. Definitely the fastest. I don't know for sure because I only work Saturdays and then every other Friday. Well, I guess Sundays too now because it's peak, but
I don't know about the other guys. I don't know what they're doing. But every single day when I get back to the terminal, I always check to see who is still out. And for the last week or two, three, having checked that now, I'm the first one back every time. Yesterday, I think we had 10 guys out. I was the first one back. I was the last one out too, or the last one to leave. So not only was I the first one back, the last one to leave. I think I did 140 stops in 3 hours, 55 minutes, something like that. I can't remember. Or maybe that wasn't yesterday. Maybe it was last week. I can't remember. Point still stands. I bust my ass every single day. I try to go fast as possible to get that shit delivered. Try to be the first one back. Because going back to the mental edge thing, I don't give a fuck if everybody else is running or doing their best or if they're being lazy. I don't care. But I reason that I'm the first one back. So I'm the fastest. I'm the only one running. I'm the only one busting my ass. I'm the only one skipping breaks, skipping lunch. I'm eating as I go. I'm not taking a breast. I'm not breast. Dude, yeah, give me a breast. I'm not taking a rest. I'm not taking any form of, I guess, yeah, any form of rest at all. I'm always going, boom, 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 running door to door, not stopping until I'm done. And I don't give a fuck if that's true or false, if everybody else is not. I don't care. But in my head, I am. And so I keep an eye on that list. If I'm the first one back, then, everybody else can eat shit. But if I'm not the first one back, I try to remember who was on the list and then who's not on the list anymore. So let's say Bob, John, and Debbie, they're on the list. Let's say I get back to the terminal, it's just Bob and Debbie. So I'm like, ooh, fucking John, dude. John beat me. John's fucking quick, huh? John's trying to compete. And that's just what goes through my head. So I'm like, okay. All right, tomorrow you're mine, John. Kick your fucking ass, buddy. And then the next day I make sure to go. I get there a little bit early, go a little bit hard. More hard, I should say. Get that shit done. And I try to be the first one back. And so, dude, John might just be having a good ass day. He might have a little bit lighter of a load for the day. Might just be having a good old stroll, FaceTiming his girl, having a good time. But, I have 50 more than him, so of course he beat me back. And here I am like, oh, that motherfucker thinks he's got me, So that is kind of what goes through my head. And that happened today. I rolled out of there. There's 5 or 4 people on the list. I came back, 4 people on the list. Meaning, I was the first one back. And I did have a very, very, very light load today. I only had 74. Okay, this is crazy. If you're a driver, you'll know this is fucking nuts. It's December 8th or 9th. And I only had 74 stops. Peak season. Normally I'm 150 around here in Utah. In Colorado, I had 270 daily. In Arizona, it was about 170. But it's peak, dude. It's peak. What the fuck? 74 stops? It's nuts. Yeah, I was done in 2 hours, though. So that's sick. I was done in 3, technically. So if you want to average that out, I made about $58.3 an hour today. So that's pretty cool. Only worked 3 hours. But yeah, dude. Pretty fucking sick. So that's what I wanted to share. Surround yourself with people who want to win, who have urgency, who want to get that shit done, who work hard, who make you compete harder, who make you want to be better. I'm not even sure if Nori and Mazen and them, I'm not even sure if they give a fuck, dude. But sure made me want to be better because I didn't want to be the last one out. And so because they were kicking ass, I also wanted to kick ass. And because they were doing it, regardless of their motives, made me want to be better, made me faster, made me a better employee. Still to this day, I only ever run. I try to go as fast as possible. I try to be the first one back every single time, no matter what. For no other reason than I do. Fuck being last. I can be, I just want to be the first one back. I want to be fast. I take pride in that shit. That's me. That's my identity, I'm the fastest on the team. Don't know if that's true or not, but I reason that it is. So I'm the fastest on the team. I go as hard as I can. And I try to do everything as perfect as I can. And I also take pride in, coding the packages correctly, delivering everything, backtracking when necessary, delivering everything, not being a deceiving piece of shit. Because there's ways around delivering packages where you can code it a certain way and not deliver it, where you can mark it as, customer wasn't there to sign or something like that, and then just not even deliver it. You could mark that. Let's say I'm delivering a package 20 miles away from here. I could code that right now, right here. And the customer would see on the tracking that I marked it that way, and then that's where problems come. But I don't do that. Have I done that in the past? Yeah. To be real, every driver's done that. Come on, let's be real here. But I don't do that anymore. I try my best to really just swallow that shit here and get everything delivered. So that is that. And now to segue from that, who am I surrounding myself with? Dude, I got no friends. You know what? Let me clarify what I mean by that. Do I have people in my life that I can call up and talk to if I need, or run and grab a drink or something like that and hang out? Yeah, I do. Would I feel uncomfortable? Yeah, I would, because I don't talk with them much, and we're not close like that. So I guess I have a bunch of surface level buddies. I wouldn't say that I have any deep, close, meaningful, intimate relationships with anybody. I've got a bunch of, I don't want to call them acquaintances, but I've got friends. And if any of you are listening, that's how I feel. I love you all to death. But, you know, I haven't talked to really anybody. I talk to 2 or 3 per month. And it's nothing more than music, or you want to hit the gym and, sorry, I'm busy. Or, I don't know, something funny I saw. I'm not on social media. I prefer not to send memes. I think that shit's a waste of time. Am I opposed to laughing and having a good time, having a good laugh? No, but like, shit just takes my attention away, distracts me, puts my focus on other things, you know. Not into that shit, bro. Don't send me that shit. Anyway, so that's what I mean by friends. Do I have friends? Yeah, but am I hanging out with them every single day? We got a close bond. We got a group chat going. We talking every day. We sending memes, but no, not at all. No family like that either. I got family I love to death, but not close like that, you know. So, who am I surrounding myself with? That's what I was saying. Nobody, because I don't have any. My network is tiny. My friend group is tiny, if at all existing. It's just me. And a lot of that is due to me. I mean, I don't socialize. I don't try to meet people. I don't try to network. I'm not really interested in doing so at the moment. I think call me selfish, but getting into any kind of friendship or relationship with any person at this point in my life is only going to, it's only going to add more to my plate, add more responsibility to my day. I got to figure out how to be there for them. Oh, what's up? Hi, buddy. There's a fucking dog right here, dude. Hi, buddy. I'm going to go over here, okay? Oh, shit. Hi, buddy. Stay there. There's a fucking dog right there, dude. Oh, god damn. Oh, dude. I got too many bad experiences with FedEx dogs, dude. Fuck that. That's funny. I got that on recording here, dude. That's funny. Somebody come get their dog, though. Man's just hanging out on the side of the road. Anyway, what the fuck was I saying? Oh, yeah. So just having those extra friendships, relationships means I got to be there for them in some capacity. It means I'm going to run a little bit. It means I got to, talk to them, text them back, call them if they need something. I don't want to do that shit, bro. I want to be left to my thing, do my own thing. Okay, I'm going to stop because motherfucker's cars. That dog following me, dude? Dude, it's pitch black out here. 6 o'clock at night. Sun's already set. Can't see shit. Dog's gonna come get me. Damn, this podcast turned to shit real quick, huh? Fucking dog said, hey, this is my podcast now, bitch. So yeah, I'm just not really interested in developing any kind of friendship or relationship with anybody. Unless they are really on the same wavelength as me, with getting shit going, with working their fucking ass off, with sacrificing the next 10, 20 years to build a future for the family. I mean, if that's not the case, bro, I'm out. I'm not interested. And so for that reason, I'm surrounded by nobody. In that regard, I'm living with family, so I'm physically surrounded, but they're doing their own thing. Different priorities, different goals. Nothing wrong with that. But as far as people surrounding myself with people who get it in that regard, same goals,
same desire, same massive ambition, who live a similar lifestyle. Shit's non-existent. It's so rare to find people who get it, man. And so for that reason, I'm a loner. I'd rather be alone and have my peace than to be surrounded by people who quote unquote love me, but don't have their shit together and are dependent on me for their happiness. So that's that. But can't be single forever. Got to get some fucking babies going, dude. Want to be a dad more than anything. But at this point in my life, I'm getting my shit going. I'm getting my shit done. I'm happy. I'm fulfilled. And I'm going to ride that as long as I can. And we'll deal with everything else as it comes. So answer that question right there. Who am I surrounding myself with? Who's my circle? Nobody. But I still took the traits and the qualities and the discipline from the FedEx team in Arizona and still use them today. So if I could just get myself in a group of people who fucking get it and then take and learn the traits and skills that I would get from forcing myself to level up, still use them later, I think that's the key. Get into one group, level up from that, move on to the next. Get into that group, level up, move on to the next. So, yeah, man. Surround yourself with fucking people who get it, dude. I'm a loner by choice because I haven't met anybody else who really is on the same wavelength as me. I enjoy working hard. I enjoy doing hard things. Don't enjoy going out bullshitting all the time, wasting time gaming. I love to game. I love to have a good time. But I'd rather build some shit. I'd rather work on myself, be better. I'd rather work on my discipline, be out here in the cold, doing my outdoor workout while everybody else is inside bullshitting, eating shit food, watching Netflix, not investing in their mental, their physical. I'd rather be doing that. Tenfold easy. It's an easy answer. I feel so empowered being out here, dude. Nobody else. I haven't seen one person out here, dude. It's just me. It feels fucking good. So, anyway, that's it. So I wanted to share, and I'm very, very proud to be where I am. Sucks sometimes being a loner. I won't lie, but being a loner is a lot better than being surrounded by fake fucks. So we're gonna roll with that. With that being said, I'm gonna end the show there. That is 51. It's crazy, dude. We just did 50. Now we're on 51. 51's done. We're already moving right on along, dude. That's nuts. Oh. So that's it, guys. Thank you so much for listening. Also, I want to share one thing real quick. Nah, I'm going to share it tomorrow. Yeah, 52 is the one for this one. All right. That's it. Bye-bye.